Hello friends, today I'm going to show you how to fix an oily diaphragm on this lens. It is a Pentacon 50mm 1.8 and 42 mount, a really nice lens that produces nice vintage rendering on photographies. And the problem, as I just mentioned, is the oily diaphragm. Here you see it's not coming back, and then I actually have to force it to get back in position, which is an indication of an oily diaphragm. And you can see that kind of star shape that is shining on the blades. That's oil. And then usually on a Pentacon which looks in good condition, they don't appear much. Maybe it's the wear. And then obviously this copy here comes back and forth without issues, whereas here this one, if I don't force it, it's not coming back at all. Okay, so let's fix that, and to do that we will need to remove a lot of things in the lens. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to skip a bit the explanations unless they are really necessary. So first thing, we remove this with a rubber cone that you can find on the video description. There is a set screw here. What you need to do is to get it partially loose. You don't have to remove it, just raise it a bit so it doesn't push against the other part, and then you can unscrew it by hand. So this is for that. Then we want to remove the optical element, and to do that we need a spanner. You see there are two slots here. There is two external slots, one inner slot. You don't touch the inner slot. We work on the external ones. That will allow me to remove the optical block. So I get into slots, I apply some torque, and here you go. Okay, so here we have the optical block. Put it aside. Then here we have the diaphragm, and I think we can proceed by removing it. We will be taking a little risk that we get stuff falling into the lens. We'll take that risk, otherwise we'll need to remove the back, and that's some work that we will try to avoid. So I see 3 screws. Okay, and before removing the last screw, what I'm going to do is just to do a little mark, so to have it as a reference. Okay, and that's to know the alignment of the diaphragm. Remove the first element of the diaphragm. Then I can see already traces of oil. You can see 2. So let us remove this whole element. Okay. And then we'll need to check if the oily blades did not touch this part of the glass. It doesn't seem to, so this is good news. And then I put the lens aside and I take care of these elements here. Then you can see traces of oil, and then oil also on the blades. So what I'm going to do is just stop the video for a few seconds, and I'm going to get what I need to clean this. Okay, so I started the strategy to reassemble the diaphragm. This is what we have here. So we're going to use a base that we're going to put the elements and reassemble the diaphragm. I haven't cleaned it yet. This is what we're going to do now, and to do it we will need a cup. I have a metal one. Try to avoid plastic because we're going to use lighter fluid, and lighter fluid usually melts plastic cups. So we don't need a lot, so let me just put all the things here. Then I open the can of lighter fluid. I put just a bit, I don't need a lot, and you will need a pair of tweezers, toilet paper. So I use the toilet paper to clean the parts. So we remove all traces of grease. Wow, they are also dirty. So then I start with the blades. So that was for the cleaning. Now we are going to do the assembly of the diaphragm. As I told you before, we're going to use a base. We have this element here, the one with the holes that I'm going to put on the base, and you will notice that I organize the blades this way, so they make the round shape of the diaphragm, and the pins in the middle are pointing towards the table, and this is the way we want to put them. Okay, I will use plastic tweezers because they are slightly magnetized, the metal ones, and this is not very good. So okay, so first I want to make sure I'm putting them in the right orientation. Okay, so usually the most tricky blade is the last one. So for the time being, let's care about putting the others. Okay, and the last blade is the tricky one, because it has to go on top of the previous one and above the rest. Okay, so this is exactly what we want. So let me just zoom so you have the correct configuration. And then what we want to do is to put this element, so this towards the bottom. Okay, no, this is not true. This one is towards the top. I got confused there for a second. we try to get the pins inside the slots. Okay, so that's it. And you see right now we are not exactly centered. This will be given by the lens. And by that I mean the barrel of the lens. So right now let us just close this. Let's keep it like that. And then we want to get into the lens. Okay, so this is going to be slightly trickier because we want to get aligned with the pin. So I think that at the end of the day we'll have to remove this rear part. I didn't want to do it in the beginning, but we will have to. So let us just remove the 3 screws. Okay, and so we'll pull this element. It doesn't come out easy, so you will need maybe to force a little bit. Use your fingernails just to raise the thing. And then here we have the aperture mechanism that is integrated into the bayonet. We have this little switch that just fell off the bayonet. I will show you how to put it just after. And then here we have the aperture ring that we're not going to remove. And be careful, because just behind here there's a little bow, and that's what is doing the clicking sound. And there is another bow in here, just pay attention to that one, and this one is just to do the clicking sound on this part. So, and then the goal of removing this is just to get this pin to pass this through this hole. So we get the body of the lens, and then carefully we put the body of the bayonet inside. We will need something to make a base, so I use other of my rubber cones just to get this in position. And now we want to get the holes for the diaphragm, so I think we'll need to move this around a bit. Okay, and here we are in position, so you see the holes right there. And then let me just get these screws. Okay, so we got it secure. I am aligned with respect to the mark I made in the beginning, just before removing the diaphragm. So what we can do is just to tighten these screws. Now if we check the diaphragm is working, it's not opposing any resistance, so this is exactly what we want. And now we'll have to put back the bayonet. So to do so, I come to F16, so the closest position. Here I am close, then I put this element here, and I want to be in M, which is the manual mode. And then I have, okay, I'll put it back together after. So I have this little hook who needs to meet the little pin that I am moving right now. So back to this position. I will try just to get in, and then just at the moment I am about to get in position, I will put the M so it doesn't jump, because there's a spring just behind holding it, and this is the tricky part. And then usually the screws on this lens get aligned super easy. This is the case. So far so good. Let's just check this. Now we have a perfectly working diaphragm, and we are near done. We finish the assembly by putting the optical front element. Finish tightening it with the spanner. Now it's fixed. Then we put the front element, and the best thing is just to go to the minimum focusing position, so this thing comes all the way out, so we have a good grip to put this element. Then we fix the set screw. And here you go. The lens is good for another 50 years. See you next time.